Someone's listening outside the door. That's why I got quieter. Hello, and welcome to Losing My Knit. I am doing a second one. Yay! This will probably only be 10 minutes because I'm going to do Vlogmas Light. I am not interesting enough to do 24 days of vlogging. Day after day would be the same. Although I am, in the next 24 days, I will be traveling for a week. I will be knitting a lot. I'll be unpacking, packing. We just actually got back from another trip, and then I'll be packing again for a trip for Christmas. So I will have been in, I don't know, so many states. We drove to North Carolina from Massachusetts, so went through all of those states, and then I'm going out to Colorado, and then we're going to Texas. So needless to say, I decided to do a Vlogmas Light, and I'm going to call it 12 Days of Knitmas. See the last episode about the puns. I'm sure I didn't come up with that. Someone else does that. I think a lot of places like Big Box Yarns release like 12 Days of Patterns or something, and I was just like, I'm gonna call it that because I think it's funny. Yeah, so I'm gonna do. My plan as of now is to release a video every other day. So starting on the 2nd through the 24th. I have a list of what I'm thinking I'm going to talk about. I'll post it up in just a sec. And yeah, these are all teasers, tasters, if you will. I will happily talk about any of these again. First two are super simple, just, the intro, and then I'm calling it Alternate Universe, and I'll talk more about it in a second. Yeah, I'm hoping to get somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes of content, and I'll post it and we'll see if it works. I'm not doing any sort of recap for November, I think, because I did the last one so late in November, and I'll probably get into the normal way everybody else does it. Maybe January, maybe end of December. I'm not sure. I've got about a week and a half off after Christmas into New Year's. I have bought quite a lot of yarn. You can see that this is for a test that I'm doing. This is for a hat that I wanted to do for a while. I bought a lot. Some was from a local yarn store down in North Carolina. Some was from a small independent, I don't know if he's not a dye yarn, we'll say yarn company. Yeah, it's yarn I've been keeping an eye on for a while, and then I'm actually expecting some that I got paid for quite a while ago to arrive. And yes, I'll have a lot to show after the holidays. So yeah, let's go to the list. So I'm going to put the list right here. It'll have the full 12 days, hopefully. As I said, day one is the intro, just saying, hey, this is me. I'm Jeff. I live in Boston. There's like a 99% chance this door will open and either the dog or my partner will come in because he's off today. I'm not off, but because of my time delay, I'm able to record this morning, and then I'll sign on to work and then hopefully get this posted sometime in the evening. Day two will be Alternate Universe. That's where I'm going to talk about the other names that I thought about when I was coming up with my handle. And same thing with sort of like if I were to go into the fiber industry, what would I want to do? That type of thing. Day three, test knitting. I don't do a whole lot of test knitting. I have thoughts on that actually that I'm going to probably spend some time talking about then. I will show off the test knits that I've done. I'll show off the one that I'm getting ready to start, which I'm really excited about. And I'll go into that. Day four is frogging. I will be showing you a couple of projects that I think I'm going to pull out completely frogged. They're finished projects. Maybe I'll give them to someone. I'm not sure. But they're ones that I don't wear. They don't make me happy. And so I'm like, I'll frog them. I've been really good about doing that recently. And I know at least one I want to keep the yarn. The others I don't care as much about. So I'll probably, if I find someone that wants it, I'll send it to them or give it to a friend or something. But the one I do know I want to keep the yarn because it's a really nice yarn that I got out in Chicago a couple of years ago, and the hat's not for me. It's too big. Everybody was obsessed with it, but we'll talk about it then. Day 5 will be blankets. I mentioned I loved knitting blankets, so I'll bring 2 of them, I think, that are still here, and I'll show a picture of a third. And then I'll show a picture of the one that I'm going to make my sister for when she gets married next year. So hopefully she doesn't watch this. Lee, if you're watching, don't watch on the 10th. Day 12, so I will be traveling, not day 12, day 6. So I'll be traveling for days 5, 6, and 7. So day 6 is going to be my organization. I figured I would show you a couple of photos of what the closet currently looks like. And then my spreadsheets. I know a couple of people mentioned their spreadsheet people too. I'll just show those, sort of show what they look like in the boxes that I keep my yarn in. Day 14, again, just because I'm traveling, I wanted to keep it simple. So I'm going to do dream knits, projects that I would love to do at some point, but that I just don't have the patience or the time for now, or I don't think I quite have the skill set. I'll get there. I know I will. Yeah, and so that'll be day 7. Day 8 is travel knitting. So I used to knit a lot on the trains here going to work. I knit in the car, I knit on the plane, I knit on cruise ships. So yeah, I'll talk a little bit about that, how I handle it, how I approach it. I will have already started a project for that next set of travel. I don't have it up here, but it's I got some glow-in-the-dark thread. So I recently bought a new jacket that is all black. And I didn't want to buy a black jacket, but it was the one that fit the best. And bought some glow-in-the-dark thread, so I'm going to take the yarn that's left over from my So Basic sweater that I showed last time, and I'll put a picture of the color. I'll do a quick flash in of the color, and I'm going to hold it with that glow-in-the-dark thread and see how it'll work, so that I'll have something that'll stand out when I walk the dog at night. I'm going to do a whole separate episode on day 9 for knitting while cruising. I knit on every cruise ship, no matter where we are, and I love it. That's usually when I get the most dedicated time to sit and knit, and so it allows me to really get through a project, whether that's, getting to sleeve separation on that So Basic sweater, doing a huge chunk of the Go-Go Dynamo shawl, or the kinship shawl the trip before that. I really get to do it, and I love, I've never seen another male knitter, but there's always a lot of women knitters, and especially retired knitters, and they love to come up and chat, and they're like, oh, we've never seen a man knit before. And yeah, so I think I enjoy it because it's very relaxing, and I can do it while I'm at the pool, or sitting in the library, or even in our room in the evening. Day 10, I'm getting the days and the dates confused, because for some reason I put it by date on this cool list, but not by day. So I'm like having to quick divide everything by 2. So day 10 will be yarn buying and collecting. Again, connected to the cruising and the travel. I like to visit shops everywhere we go. I generally buy a couple of skeins. Not a surprise, but the most yarn I ever bought on one trip was our trip to Scandinavia last summer. I'll show you the whole bag I bought. I think it's still just that yarn. It's massive. And yeah, so I'll talk a little bit about that, and I'll show, if you don't see my organization one, I'll show a picture of sort of what the closet looks like now, and then maybe talk about what I'm hoping to do with it. Day 11, gift knits. I do a lot of gift knitting. I am a process, not a product knitter, so as long as I'm knitting, I'm happy, and I don't mind simple. So, that body of the So Basic was so many stitches, and it was just stockinette, so it just kind of kept going. But I love that. It keeps my hands busy while we're watching TV or when we're traveling. So I'll show off some of my favorite gift knits that I've made. I think I showed one last time, but I'll go back into the archives and pull some photos of the ones that I really, really like. And then in day 12 will be 2025 vibes. And that'll just be looking forward to 2025. And I think once I get into that, I know, I'm doing this one test knit that lasts through sometime in February. But I think I'll look at my list again and see sort of what my oldest yarns are and what I want to do. I just cast off this morning my Arrowverse, so I'll show that at some point. And I have a whole skein left of that, so I might do a matching hat, or do another hat by the designer, or something else, but that yarn just, I don't like that yarn. So I may just donate it and put a warning sign, like a warning sticky note on it, being like, wash it before you use it or something. Yeah, so those are the 12 days that I'm planning to do. We'll see. Hopefully I can do them all. I'm going to actually, as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to record the next one so that I can get a little bit ahead. And then tomorrow morning I'll probably do the next two and be quite a few days ahead. So I've been thinking about it, and someone commented about this, and I still don't have a good sign off. I like the one that I came up with, but I don't know if it's I don't know if it's me. I think that's the thing, and I think it'll probably evolve over time. But I really like the idea of using like a knitting pun or something, and I love So I love puns. Go back and watch that last one. So I've got one I'm going to use, and it kind of also works for if you consider this a podcast or like if you're casting or streaming something. So it does work for that too. I don't know. So I'm going to give it a try. Tell me what you think, and I will, So I'm casting off for now. Hope to see you again next time.